Oh, now that would be a
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. Hey everybody, it's the program.
We're on TV.
And
Once again, every day we turn on the machines and we just talk for an hour.
and
Yeah.
and what happens on the program?
It leaves the program. It goes out onto the airwaves and we're the waterways and all the.
Well, I think now it's mostly cable waves and then intertubes, which are also wired waves.
And it can happen to become our lives
What?
of a week from now or a week and a half from now. People are going to notice what we say on the program.
You know, in a very real
So
way.
it's going to be a kind of like a kickback.
In a very real way, this is like a journal.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly for both you guys for what, a year now?
What?
Every
the
day?
TCTV journal? Huh?
Well, not the TCTV journal.
Yeah.
It's the journal of your lives and how it goes on. And
sure.
the subjects that come up and things, events.
I'm not a journalist, though.
Yeah.
I don't journal. I don't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I guess
word.
the recording of me can be journaling. I never really looked at it that way.
I think that's not a good way to look at it. But it's Monday, and we're back here on the show again. And you know, the weeks go through, and this is sometimes how I think the week is going.
Yeah.
On Mondays, because all the other days, especially for Carl, who doesn't do too many things. I think maybe the Mondays. That's it to tell you. But Carl, you haven't been here. You and Dan haven't been on the same couch.
Yeah.
In weeks. It's been two weeks.
2 for sure, I think. Maybe 3.
And maybe 3. Was it
Maybe.
2 or 3? Because it seems like
2 for
forever
sure.
though.
2 for sure. Yeah, it does seem like a long time.
When you go back and think about it, it's only been 2 weeks, but so many. So much
no, actually
program
more than that,
time.
because there was a Monday that we were here,
Uh-huh.
and there a week went by. Then there was a Monday we were not, and then another week went by and we were not, and then another week went by. So that's 4 weeks. That's it's been a month.
That's a whole month.
A month of Mondays. A month's worth of Mondays.
Yeah. So it's the whole month, and now you guys are back together here on the couch instead of the daytime thing.
How's it going, Carl? I haven't seen you in a month of Mondays.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Sure. Yeah. I could say, Dan, I haven't seen you all month long. Where have you been?
Oh man, I've been doing things and stuff, and
well, actually, we've seen each other at TCTV.
Program,
does that count? It wasn't on the program. I don't think that counts, Carl.
It was a journal. Oh no.
How's the week, Dan?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Did a Father's Day thing with my daughter. It was a complete surprise. She brought canvases and paintbrushes, and I painted. And then that was Sunday. I never seem to remember what happened in the preceding week. I have been paying attention lately of things I see in the streets and on the ground. Yeah, giant moth. I think I told you about that one. That might have been old. There's a big old huge giant butterfly moth flying around where I live.
It's the same one?
Presumably so.
How long has it been there? For at least a week then, huh?
I've seen it on and off for weeks.
I thought they don't live that long.
So the attack of the 50-foot moth, huh?
I think maybe you might be looking at that moth's like generation.
Mothra.
Like maybe the giant moth had some moth babies.
Or the 50-inch moth.
Don't bugs only live like a week?
Some. There are some species of fruit fly, Drosophila or Drosophila, depending on what
pronunciation or enunciation.
I say Drosophila.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
I'm gonna say Drosophila.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Okay. Man,
I think they're drosophiles, but
that kind of
like,
hurt my spleen right there.
they only live.
Okay. There are some species that live only a week. There are some species that live 2 weeks. There are some that live 3.
Oh yeah. So maybe this is the 3-week species.
Houseflies, like 10 days, something like that. Caterpillars and butterflies, I think they live quite a bit longer because they're the same creature before and after they transform from a caterpillar to a moth or a butterfly.
You don't say.
So
That's the same creature.
So that's
Oh, yeah.
many weeks, all summer
Wow.
long. I
Yeah.
think.
I guess some bugs live longer. I was thinking of just flies. I think who they only live a week.
Bees, they live 2 weeks. Dragonflies, I don't know. Spiders, they live for months and months and months. I don't know about beetles or ants. I don't think they live very long.
Yeah.
They're kind of alive during the summer and then, well, they die.
So moths, they probably live longer than flies then. So that's probably the same moth that's flying.
Well, they have this dual identity.
Yeah.
And they lived one kind of life and then they changed.
Yeah.
Now
And
they're living a different life.
the moth is inside your home,
No, he flies around outside my apartment. There's a whole bunch of trees and stuff.
but like right outside, like on the porch or something, or
There's a little sidewalk in front of my apartment, and there's
Yeah.
a bunch of trees on my left, a bunch of them. Yeah, and I've seen them a few
it's
times.
the same one probably.
Well,
Presumably, I mean,
it's
it's
a
so
50-50,
big.
yeah, it's a 50-50 chance that I'm seeing the same one or not.
There's just like a new kind of moth around you that's real big.
Yeah. I
Is it
think
like crazy big? Like there's no other moths that are going to be that big, like again, or and you're like, whoa, look at that big moth, or is it
it
just?
was like monarch butterfly big. If
I don't
you've
know what
seen
that is.
Okay, so I'll show you.
Yeah, you're looking for an example.
Yeah, he flew in my hands. He was flying around outside, bumping into the walls. I heard this thunderous crash against my wall, and there was a moth.
It was so loud it made a noise, huh?
Well, my window was open, so I heard this. It was like
Just the
this little
flopping?
light thumping. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the moth's wings.
Mm-hmm. Dan's gonna tearing a lid. How about you don't just say? Oh, you don't know the inches. How many inches is it, Dan? 3 inches. Carl's folding. Dan is folding a
Yeah, about that
coffee
big.
lid.
About that big.
That big, or like wingspan?
Yeah, it's sitting. It was
I'd
sitting
say
there.
that's about 3 inches.
Yeah.
That is a former coffee cup lid, ladies
Three-
and gentlemen.
This-
3-inch long. That's
Yeah, it was huge. Huge. Biggest butterfly moth I had ever seen.
that is big.
In with my own real life eyes.
That seems like it's probably rare enough to declare that that's the same moth. I would think so.
I think Fukushima's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry to report this to you.
Yeah, radiation.
Yeah.
Really? So we got fish now with 3 eyes, like in The Simpsons?
Oh, most mutations are bad. They're not helpful mutations.
Yeah, not
most
gonna
of the
get real
time.
big.
Every once in a while, you get a good one though.
So I wonder where that moth is staying in
Like
its same
big wings.
in its same spot. So it has a home somewhere close to where it is. Like, does it live in the trees, the moth, or I don't know if it lives in. It must live in the trees.
Something. And there's a
What do they
small chance that it became bat food.
Recently. It's so big, I think they want to eat it more.
Batman, don't eat that moth.
Well, easy to spot, you know.
Yeah.
All the bugs. It's like, hey. But see, moths are nocturnal, and so they avoid a lot of predators. But bats
They are
live
too, though,
in
right?
Olympia. All kinds of bats.
I've seen them.
Yeah. And they send out a sonar, and they do a bunch of blips at it, and they pinpoint where the bug is, and then they sweep in and gobble it up. And there are moths, actually, that when they detect the sonar, they just drop. They just go, boop, and they drop.
The moths drop?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty good. That's another, I guess, generating the third eye or the huge wings. That just is another evolutionary thing.
Yeah, it's a mutation that happened to be advantageous. Yes.
I wonder it's living in the trees, eating. I wonder what the moth is eating too.
Yeah. What else? What else am I doing? What else happened? I saw a Band-Aid in the streets.
Ew.
Several piles of dog crap.
Was the Band-Aid used?
Yeah, it was like it was one of those kids colored band. Oh yes, it was used.
It had blood on it.
Something dark, browny yellow.
Yeah.
It was all dried. Yes.
So blood. Then
it was
details.
Reasonably disgusting.
Details.
Yeah, details. Blood.
Maybe.
Carnage.
It was
Carnage, definitely.
Yeah, some kind of carnage. But it was bright. It was like kids' bandage.
Yeah.
Neon or cartoons.
Just a colored bandage, right? Because adults tend to wear the ones that are supposedly skin toned. Me, no, I like neon green. Don't hide your pain. Don't hide your pain.
So you would wear a SpongeBob thingamajig?
No, I don't like corporate figures. I like patterns and designs.
So you didn't see the part of like with the pad on it?
No,
it
was pad up, right? So I didn't see if there was a
down.
pattern. Well, the pad is against.
Oh, the pad
skin.
was up. And you still saw the color of it though.
Yeah, it was like plastic. Partly see-through. The color is the same color on both sides of the band part of the aid. The band of the aid.
Yeah.
Death, carnage, and destruction.
Well, blood on a little Band-Aid maybe though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
A little bit of light blood on a Band-Aid, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call that number because we might be dead.
Yeah. Look out.
Not now, Carl.
Carl's skipping forward a little bit.
I say call that number. Take a chance.
Yeah. We might be alive. Who knows?
Take a chance.
Yeah, roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice. Let's get out the pens here. We're going to write some numbers down on our hands between 1 and 6.
Yeah. So if you're watching this right now, you must write down a number.
Because you must participate in the game.
You see street stuff, Carl?
Yeah, I guess I have, but I'm going to let Dan talk about thunder and lightning.
Oh, yes.
Whatever
yes.
we were going to talk about.
Oh, there's a plan, huh?
Lightning.
We had a plan. It was because yesterday we saw something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, lightning.
I think lightning is, it's when there's like warm things and cold things or something.
That is part of part of what helps the process to make it happen.
The warm and coldness are rubbing.
Okay, so what happens is thunderstorms are built kind of like tornadoes.
There it is. Yeah.
And essentially you have cool, moist air, or at least some, and you have dry, warm air below. And the dry air rises in the air. And there's a lot of dust in this dry air. And the dust hitting each other creates friction and knocks electrons off the dust particles.
Oh, look at that.
I got a 3. Okay, can you see it? I got a 3. I wasn't even trying to predict or guess or use my magic or technology or nothing.
It worked for you. I don't have a 3, so...
Yeah, not paying attention. That's what worked.
Calls a 4, 2, 3, 4 today.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool.
Dan got 500 points.
I'm a winner. Yeah. Okay. So
winning.
So you get this dust, and it's a little damp up in the clouds and cooler, right? And what happens is a cloud develops, and it's a very special kind of cloud. It's a thunderhead, but really what it looks like, if you're on the prairie, I've seen many of these on the prairie where hailstorms are often accompanied by lightning and all kinds of stuff. And so you get this warm, dry air, and it goes up this long column cloud that looks like a top hat. And all this dust circulates, and it rubs and rubs and rubs, and it builds up a huge electrical charge. Then somewhere, as the cloud moves along, there will be kind of a cumulatively higher amount of positive ions. These are molecules with an extra electron, right? And so what happens is a stream of positive ions go flying up in this column, and the extra electrons go flying down and touch on that spot. So it's not, when we see the lightning, that is the second half of what just happened. So you have this exchange of ions, and you have the electrons that wind through it. They look for the easiest path.
Whoa.
And it happens mostly in dry air. Moisture inhibits and helps reconnect electrons to whatever particles that they
then
get
why
towards, yeah.
why is it always happening when it's raining? It seems like it's always happening when it's raining.
There's moisture in this cloud, in this thunderhead, and so yeah, you'll get rain. Sometimes you'll get hail. If it's not in the middle of summer, if it's a little colder out, this thunderhead can go up 2, 3, 4 miles.
But it works better in dry temperatures,
for lightning, yeah.
Lightning. But how come? But then it only happens when it rains, though.
Well, it's a cloud.
So the clouds has to be there. So it's like if it's like dryish rain somehow. Maybe that's why it's like, oh, it's when it's warm.
Yeah.
It's like when there's rain and it's warm at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense coming together for me with the rain, because it didn't make sense with the rain thing, but now I think of it something like the warm time.
You've got this massive amount of turbulence in this cloud, and you've got little dust particles hitting each other at thousands of miles an hour. And so they're knocking off all these electrons, and all that high energy gets built up, and eventually it wants equalization. So boom.
That fast, huh?
Yeah. Now a hailstorm, a hail thunderhead is the same sort of thing, only up near the top of the cloud it's really moist, it's really damp, it's very wet, and so you get raindrops that are blown up through this column up to the top of the cloud, where they freeze into a little droplet, and then they'll stay up there for a little while, and then they'll fall down, and they'll pick up a little moisture on their way down, and then they hit this updraft again, and they're blown up through the center again. It's like a donut, only it's doing this. It's doing this big circle, and so you'll get this little was a droplet keep going up, freezing, picking up moisture, flying up again, refreezing again, adding another layer of water, and it does this. And the more it does this, the bigger it gets, until the hailstone is too big for that updraft to keep it up, and then it'll just drop.
It will just succumb to gravity.
Yep.
So you said cumulative. Is that where the cumulus cloud comes from?
You stumped.
What is the original origins of cumulus term?
I think cumulus are the big fluffy clouds, but the thunderhead, it's fluffy all right, but it's huge and giant, and also really big and tall and cloudy and
just
thick.
Big.
Yeah, and then it's got little tiny claws of lightning that come out. And
so you were also talking about dust as one of the prerequisites for having this lightning storm. Isn't there always dust in the air that can always generate more of this electricity at any time?
Well, think about it. It's been warm and dry. You're going to have like maybe a little more, at least on the ground. And if it's a little windy, it blows up even more, right? Because if your ground is kind of damp, there's not going to be as much of this fine dust that gets blown up. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sure that's a thing.
Let's hear this message. We've got a message here. Oh, it's got to go on there. It's from Freddie the producer.
Hey, Freddie.
He's in bed.
Hey, program, it's Freddie. Just calling you back. Hope everything's good. Yeah, I was playing a little show, and I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Calling you back. Sounds like I missed you. Hope you had a good program. Be back tomorrow. Get the production in, moving again. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Sweet.
All right, let's call Freddie back.
That message was a little short and to the point, I guess.
Yes, it was. So lightning,
Oh, yes.
the lightning bolt itself will be tens of thousands of degrees. So they burn a hole. And there are, the number of them are so many, the zeros would go from here to over there.
The zeros.
Yeah.
Zeros of what?
Number of electrons.
Oh,
Bazillions.
wow.
Yeah, that's the correct term, actually, a bazillion. A lot of them, yeah. So have you looked out in the sky lately to the west and seen these bright two little dots that are getting closer and closer together?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so one is Venus and one is Jupiter, and they're going to get to what is called opposition, their closest point together according to our line of sight.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to be nearly touching.
Whoa.
From our point of view. Nearly touching. They're going to be
Was
super
there
close.
ever
Hey, you've reached
a
Freddie Wilbur.
chance
I
that
can't come
they
to the phone right now,
have
but if you leave me a nice
touched one
message,
another?
then I'll call
No.
you back as soon as I can. Thanks a lot.
Are they going to be looking like
Any
one
other
thing?
two planets?
Hey,
Hey,
Pretty.
Brad, it's the program.
You could call us back. You have about, I would say, 40 minutes left in the program.
I would conjecture that you are correct.
Thank you, sir. I like the cut of your jib.
Calls by...
You seem friendly anchored.
what?
Thank you, sir. You want some
Are we
Earl
still
Grey
leaving a message
tea
for
hot?
Freddie?
No, I hung it up. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
we're being jovial.
What you need is Dan. You can call me back. Bye.
All right,
You think
Dan.
he's still up?
We'll find out, I guess.
So what I want to ask is about this lightning is it felt you said hundreds or thousands of degrees
Yeah.
in the sky. What
Hello?
how far does it go before you can
The voicemail
Like-
box belongs to Dan Dobler's phone. Can no longer accept messages
Have
at
a-
this time.
comfortable temperature?
Wait, what? Oh, how far away
The
from it?
mailbox belonging to
Dan Dobler.
Is full.
is full and cannot accept new messages at this time. To
Leave
leave
a callback number. Press 5. Or
please
please
try
try to call again later.
A couple feet, a foot.
Oh,
If you're standing right next to it, which is
Goodbye. Okay.
yeah, if it strikes right near you, yeah, you'll feel the heat. And the lightning itself is what causes the thunder in the first place.
yeah, because it's breaking the sound barrier.
Yes, all along the column from a mile up in the sky.
Wow.
Yeah,
It seemed like to me when I was drifting in and out of sleep that it was like directly just like maybe 100 feet or 500 feet off, these, like the tree line or roofs of Olympia here
Yeah.
on the west side. And it seemed to be rather close. I don't know. But that was like a freaky storm to listen to.
Oh, I was outside my apartment and one struck really close. It was on the other side of the apartment. It was
Wow.
like, it was this huge, thick, giant purple blue. Oh, it was gorgeous. I loved it. And it was so loud. Yeah, so the electrons and the heat, as they pass through the air, they make the air expand. And then when the lightning leaves, it cools down rapidly and the air collapses back and it's a clap. But, miles. So
Yeah.
That's how it happens. And if there's more than one finger of lightning, then you get more loudness. And what's really interesting is lightning, often we don't see it if it's in the day, but lightning will travel from one point in the cloud to the other.
Yeah.
And that's when we are hearing thunder with no lightning, as you're having lightning jump back and forth to areas of the cloud as it tries to equalize.
Yeah, sometimes if you like Google lightning under the images tab of a search query, you can see all the different, instances of lightning. Yeah, I use Google Images to do image research, and so this is one of the things that I saw on the streets today, or that I participated in. I am doing a logo for CRC, and
nice.
this logo for CRC, the end of the contest is going to be later on this week. I don't know if these results are going to be voted on by people at CRC, but since people within CRC and other places and just like beyond and into China or whatnot, I don't want to have this image on the program attributed to me until I know that the voting has finished. This voting is not going to happen for at least 2 weeks. And
at the CRC for the logo?
Right. Yeah. So they might vote on it next week sometime.
Who votes?
Which would mean, I don't know. It could be just a collaborative effort, like between lots of people, or just like maybe high-minded designers outside of the program that know what to look for.
It might be a few people, or it might be a whole bunch.
Yeah, for what to look for actually a professional logo that would be easy to duplicate and whatnot. I got my image.
Yeah, 4 colors.
Yeah, I got my
4
image
colors.
to be black and white, and it's
you need 4 colors.
Yeah. It's black and white and shades of gray, and I got it on a 25-inch PDF document that is sitting on my Google Drive right now.
Have you pondered the thought of using Seahawk blue and green? Have you thought about this? Have you considered
You already turned it in, right?
What? Yeah. I've already
done.
It's already done.
What?
I've already.
No suggestions.
Did I just waste my Jedi powers on you? Damn it, Carl!
Yeah. So.
Oh man, now I'm all tired and shit.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a valid point. What color would I add? And it would be like blue. Royal blue is kind of like a calming color. For example, red is a color that might make someone feel a little emotional or hungry.
According to the mental health that I understand, green is a calming color. You'll find in psych units and the ENT, they have lots of green there.
Right. Blue is more spiritual and.
Well, and then you have to think about this too: warm colors and cold colors.
Mm-hmm.
Red, orange, yellow, pink. Those are warm colors.
Yeah.
Burgundy.
Colors.
Color.
Yeah. Well, color theory to me is kind of like it's pretty much just a theory to a certain degree. So I just relied myself on shades of black and white, basically.
Yeah. Hey, let's look at this thing here. You didn't do color?
I've never seen you.
No,
do
I
that
didn't
with
do
your
color.
Now it's info time.
You're watching your daily hour with me. It's our long hyperlive call-in television talk show that's recorded every day in Thurston County, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 days on leap years. YDHWM began on September 19th, 2010. It tapes a week in advance, so if you're watching this on TV 11:30 p.m. on Channel 22 TCTV. This episode taped on the same weekday of the previous week. If you're watching this at 2 a.m., this episode taped on the same day of the month of the previous year. You can also watch any episode of the program on YouTube.com. Anyone can come on the program, especially you. We rely on the community for content, so give us a call at 360-836-4384. Leave a message. We'll play your message on the next episode and call you back. Thank you very
Yeah.
You have a very highly skilled ambidextrous toe there, mister.
You can't press stuff with your toes?
Maybe.
Maybe you can't?
Maybe.
Huh.
It's a skill that you need to learn, Dan.
Can you
I just thought that was pretty funny. I've never seen you do that before.
can you press stuff with your toes? It's happening right there. You can't see it.
Well,
viewers,
I would have to take off my shoe.
No, they can't see it. Oh, no, I mean, yeah, but could you if you're not wearing shoes, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be weird. If you couldn't do that, I'd be like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
it
would be weird.
For a second there, I thought maybe that I thought that it was regular, but maybe it's not regular, and I had some kind of skill.
Also troubled.
Mm-hmm. But I'd be like,
Saddened. If I couldn't do it. Yeah, saddened.
like
worried.
Seeking a doctor.
Deeply concerned. Yes, I would be.
I think that would be a good reaction to that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good reaction.
Hey,
Good reaction.
One time I did have an encounter with a form of lightning.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So then there was this one time I was 20-something, and it was winter, and in Edmonton, it gets pretty damn cold, and so you plug the car in. There's this little thing that lines the bottom of the oil pan, and it's called a block heater. And it's got these tubes that run, and it's over top of the oil pan. And so you plug the car in, and it's like a little heating element. And what that does is that heats up the oil so it remains viscous, even at minus 20, and your car will start. Because otherwise the oil's too thick, and the car can't even turn over. So it's called a block heater. And I plugged my car in, and I didn't hear the ticking that it makes. Because the element turns on, and it starts warming the metal, and the metal expands or contracts. It expands as it heats. And it makes this little tick, 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 tick. And I can tell that it's working. Well, it didn't do that. And I noticed that the big old power box, right, with the breakers, the door was open. And all the little breakers were numbered. And I noticed mine was off. And I'm like, oh, man. So guess what I do? You know, I'm not concerned that a breaker box with switches to all these plug-in things is open when it's normally locked. And mine was turned off, and that was really weird. So I go to turn it on, and I switch it on, and this violet blue, deep blue violet spark goes from the box itself to my finger. And as I drew my hand back and kind of fell off balance into the snow, this thing stayed with me. This arc of electricity stayed with me for like a couple feet.
What?
Oh, yeah, this blue arcing electricity. Yeah, that was not a happy circuit.
Where did it come from?
I don't know if it knocked me on my ass, but I definitely fell over.
You were holding something? What was it?
No, I went to switch the breaker back on because it was turned off on mine and I think a few other units.
And
there was a short, yeah.
You saw the bolts coming from the wall?
From the box, the breaker box. It's like a little tiny mailbox, maybe.
I know what all the switches and
fuses and whatnot.
Yeah, with about.
Were you getting shocked? It was. Yeah. You were like,
I don't remember going into convulsions or anything because it was direct current. It wasn't the AC. It was DC. It was just current traveling from the box to my finger and
that's
through my
from
body,
out the wall,
and then through my ass when I landed on the ground.
But out the wall is the DC.
Well, all DC is direct current. That means it's not pulsating.
Yeah, but that's out the wall. Is that what out the wall is? DC?
No, AC.
Out the wall is AC?
Yeah.
So how come when you were getting shocked it was DC then?
Well, maybe it was AC.
I mean, because coming out of the wall?
Yeah, it just seemed like it was pretty, non-pulsing blue lightning.
Yeah, but I don't think you can you can see
was
it. It
that
pulses so
powerful.
fast. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
it pulses like light speed or something. Probably right.
I'm trying to think of what the hertz is, what the killer hertz. So yeah, thousands of times a second. So no,
Well,
we
it
wouldn't
probably
see that.
did hurt it, yes.
So I think.
Now I've been shocked by different appliances and stuff,
Yeah, I've been shocked.
and it definitely feels like a it definitely feels like a pulsing. But this one, no, it was like
You've been shocked more than once. I've whenever I get shocked, I go, "Bah!" That's it, and then it goes away. You've been shocked, and you're like, you held on, or you got stuck on
No,
something.
I didn't know what it was. It felt really strange.
Well,
Well, there was a piece of equipment where I worked
yeah.
that part of the current was misdirected, so I wasn't getting a full shock. It was only half, and so I would touch it, and I would feel this strange vibration feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't hurt. It was uncomfortable, but it didn't hurt, and it really felt weird, and it felt cold and hot at the same time.
Yeah.
Icy prickles or like a blow dryer at the same time. It was really bizarre. It was a strange feeling, but it wasn't enough current to
So you go
hurt
back to it. You're like, oh, what?
well, I like touched it like, that's weird. What the hell is going on? Why does that feel that way? And then I touched it again, and I'm like, I think that's electricity. I think there's a short in this thing. Yeah, and sure enough, coworker checked it out and says, yep, you're getting half a shock from the wall.
Whoa.
Half a joule?
Half a shock.
It was like a half an amp and what is it, 120 volts?
Enough
110?
to die?
Yeah, it was like 50 volts and half an amp or something. It wasn't much. But it felt really strange. And it didn't hurt me, so guess it made me stronger. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good on you.
You ever been
Thank-
shocked, Carl?
Yeah. Let's see. I guess there was a plug that came unplugged for whatever reason. Back when I was in middle school. Maybe I've told this story before.
I think I've heard this before. I like to hear about people getting shocked.
So I was like this. Plug in my radio had disconnected from the wall.
Oh, you grabbed the inside, right? I remember.
So I wanted to guide it back into the well outlet, and I was a little too holding of the metal part of the cord
I was thinking
with the metal teeth that actually connect.
Oh.
Ooh. Ouch.
And so it's like, I don't want to touch that after a certain point when it slides inside the wall.
So how long did it make contact with you?
Oh, just like 0.2 of a second or something.
Oh, so it was like
half a second, yeah. It's like,
it's the last.
Get off of my.
It's the last vitamin C.
Always take your vitamins.
I finished a whole bottle.
Every Monday you should take a vitamin.
I almost never finish a whole bottle, but I've been eating them on the program.
And it just so happens to be Monday.
Oh yeah.
That's your Monday dose, I'm thinking.
Well, it's I've been taking them every day. Or at least I don't have it here, but it's the last one. Goodbye.
Ever since you said to take them during meals, I've been really conscious of trying to eat them.
You want the last one?
No.
They're easier to swallow with
You know
food,
what the
aren't
last
they?
one, Dan?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
I thought they would be more digestible, or the minerals would confuse the body about
Look at this.
Well, when you eat, it triggers all kinds of digestive things and stuff, and so yeah.
Fluids and proteins. And
Yeah, you guys can
whatnot.
talk. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna play the dice game. Maybe I should wait for the dice game.
Oh, okay. Either or.
You are. Oh no. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so you take your vitamins with food now?
Yeah, because you kind of suggested it, and I guess it kind of like makes sense that I want to be able to get as much from the pill passing through my body as possible.
Yeah, me too.
Without ending up as fertilizer in a sewer somewhere.
Yeah, that would suck.
Because why are you eating that pill if the pill just passes through you? Want to be able to fool my body as much as I can
Fool
to absorb.
body.
Yeah.
You fool body. You're such a fool.
Boo.
That's what I say. And my body laughs at me. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, dice game.
Yeah, well, here it goes. It's time for the dice game. I don't know what I missed. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check the tape. You need to tell me. Here we go.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking if I'm not paying attention, then maybe I'll get another 3. Maybe.
Oh yeah. So last time you were paying attention, now you gotta do something else. Distract yourself.
I'm gonna waggle my head. Like
yeah.
this.
Well, that's attention, I think.
I'm waggling.
Gotta say something about talking about some topic.
Pluto.
Oh, too late. Too late. You didn't.
Oh, double 4s.
Double 4s, Carl.
Oh man.
He eased you out for the lead. You're not on the lead anymore.
I need 2 more of them 3s to win.
It's a real close game now.
Yeah.
If I get triples next time,
2 more.
It'll be crazy. I could
2
still
more
take
will
the whole game.
That would
help you
mean
to
something.
win,
That would
but-
probably mean something.
Yeah, it'll be a thing, and then we
Yeah. Yeah,
Think
it
I
would
think I
mean something. I like saying that.
mean.
It would have meaning.
Meaning.
It would
Don't be mean to me,
it's-
bro.
It's not a random event. It has meaning.
Meaning.
Why you so mean, bro?
Meaning.
Because I'm mean?
Don't be so angry, bro.
Calm
Okay.
down a little bit.
Okay, I'll take a timeout.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Did you
I feel
have?
better. Thanks, man.
Did you
No,
have?
that's your front.
Did you have science stuff that you were going to say other than lightning stuff? Oh yeah, Pluto.
So last Friday or Saturday, I think it was Saturday, Pluto was 1 light minute away from the probe, or vice versa. The probe was 1 light minute away, meaning that light leaving Pluto took a minute to reach the probe. That's 1 light minute. We are 8 light minutes from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So, the probe is 1/8 of the distance to Pluto for 1/8 the distance that we are from the sun. So, it's getting close. It's like 3 weeks. And they're taking pictures, and Charon, the little moon, is really dark on one of the poles. They thought it would be icy. They thought the poles would be icy, but it's really dark.
It's a crater
Yeah, and
or something.
those planets are really there's a lot to them, a lot in texture and color. They're not bland. They're not like just a bunch of ice. They're very colorful, and there's extremes of color. They're very, very bright in some places and very dark in the others. Both of them. Pluto's got a little atmosphere, and they don't know if there's going to be clouds or geysers. Because I've described on the program before, it's like when you have a planet. Excuse me. When you have a planet and it has a moon, the moon is constantly going around the planet, and that stirs up the guts of the planet, the inner core, and that gets it rotating, and that causes friction and heat. That is why there is an ocean of water underneath 3 of the Galilean moons orbiting Jupiter. That's why Titan probably has an ocean. Who else? I think Triton has one. But anyway, so you got these 2 planets that are orbiting each other, and the orbit is not circular. And so there's this flexing that goes on as it goes into a closer orbit and a farther orbit. And it takes 6 days to go around. So that's pretty fast. That's faster than our moon takes to go around. Ours takes full 27.7 days. I think 27.74, something like that. Anyway, so there is just as likely a possibility of the both Pluto and Charon having oceans underneath. And if that's the case, if there's heat being generated, there will be little geysers, little fractures. Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, has a liquidy center. And it's got ice geysers that eventually make their way to the rings of Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
You said it takes about 7 or 6 days for a complete revolution.
Yeah, 6.4, I think.
I think that would kind of the faster that the planets would rotate around one another. That would ensure they would both maybe have a liquid core.
Something. Their mass is Their mass seems to be half rock and half ice.
Well, that would make sense.
That's what they think.
At least in some sense.
Yeah,
Because
and with Pluto,
it's so far away.
once the world gets big enough, once the little planet gets big enough, the heavier elements tend to sink towards the center, and the lighter elements tend to rise to the top. And you'll get this rocky or mostly rocky core, and then you'll get ice on top of that. And in that ice layer, that's where the little ocean lives.
Well, that's what it's happening on planet Earth. You got elements that are heavier. They have come together to form the crust and the core and the mantle and whatever.
Yeah, and instead of liquid water, it's liquid rock.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that hot, boys and girls. Don't go there.
It's too hot.
It is. It's really hot. Don't do it.
And oxygen and nitrogen are lighter elements, and so they rise to they're like floating.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely. So
Science. Well, let's look at this. Last year. Oh, what the?
Yeah.
Hola.
It's a commercial.
For the program, and today we're talking about Rachel.
Talked to Robin about it.
Yeah.
Also about movies and the world, Robin's health. She's doing better. Shout out, Robin.
Robin.
And
Rachel's here too.
a little bit of Armageddon thrown in there. Tune in at 11:30 p.m. and 2 a.m. for last year's episode on your TCTV.
Oh, it's mine. It's my TCTV.
Your
Don't watch it.
Armageddon.
Your TCTV. That's my TCTV.
Armageddon?
Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about last year.
So I kind of thought, let's get the two space shuttles and a massive drill to drill apart a non-combi asteroid to split in half or whatever. That Bruce Willis movie, Armageddon.
Yeah. They don't look like that at all.
Talking about Armageddon, the movie.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, me either.
But one of the questions that I actually had was, is it time to roll the dice?
You can ask your question.
Yeah.
Is there actually a gassier element that is heavier than a solid element?
Yeah. Haven't you seen those the what's it called? Boat, like tinfoil boat, and they put it on the gas, and so they like pour the gas into the tank, but it looks like they're not pouring anything.
Yeah.
But they pour it like it's water, and then they put a little boat in the.
And it makes the boat sink?
And no, the boat floats like it looks like it's on water, but it's sitting on this gas that's in this tank. Because it can pour it.
Huh. Is the gas super cool?
I don't know
Like
what
super
it is.
cold?
I saw it on probably TV or internet or something, but they pour the gas into the tank. It's like they can have the gas in this thing, and they can pour it.
And the tinfoil boat will float on it.
Yeah.
Well, there you are.
Well, amazing.
I answered the question.
Thank you, Kenny.
Doctor. Let's roll the last three dice.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Have you heard of aerogel?
I think we could still roll the dice.
Aerogel.
Yeah. What? No, I have not.
It's pure
Gel
silicone.
that arrow.
It's pure silicone.
Let's play a dice game. Or I'll do it.
I'll
do it. Here we go.
It's pure silicone.
You want to do it?
No, well, either or.
They take a silicone gel, and they add a solvent to it, and it causes the silicone to have tons and tons and tons. Most of it gets leached away, except for little. Yeah, leached away, except for these fine filaments like like steel wool, but it's just only a few molecules that hold it together, as opposed to like wire from steel wool. So yeah, it floats.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's super light, and it's aerogel, and it insulates like crazy because the air trying to get through it bounces around. These little filaments are so small. Okay.
How do you focus, Carl?
Through the green button. Yeah, that's probably the.
Did you
the
roll the dice already?
Hand gel. No, we haven't even started.
I'm trying to figure out how to work the camera. I never do this anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Focus.
I can do the camera. It's no problem to me.
Here we go. Oh. Oh, this is harder than it looks. Oh. 6. That's a 6.
Okay.
3.
Oh, another 3.
6. That's a 6 in there. Where is it? There it is. 6.
We're tied.
6. So who has a 6 though?
No one?
No one. You won.
There. Okay, you picked
Thank
a 4.
you,
How many?
No, never mind. You tied with Carl.
How many? Yeah, we're tied.
3, 4, 4, 6, 6.
Yeah, so
If I had picked a 6, then that would have gone through, but I didn't.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have had more meaning or something.
No meaning today.
I love saying that because it's so false. It's like I've decided that this random event was there's some unnatural or strange phenomenon.
Well,
we
thank
decided
you.
That if it happened, that there was going to be meaning, and now I think that there's decidedly no meaning.
Well, thank you.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wanda or Tiffany and Zilger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nipatha.
Well, Nipatha is
Nipatha.
number 6.
Tiffany.
Oh yeah.
Zilger. Nepatha.
Yeah.
Neptha.
But it's meaningless. It's decidedly meaningless. So I guess we can move on from that.
But I think
I keep forgetting the origin of their names.
I think it's a little hard. I don't know if there is one.
Zilger. Who would name their daughter Zilger?
Well, no, I think Fred
should
came
be
up with the
smacked.
names.
No, Zilger's a man.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think Fred came up with the names at the spur of the moment.
Zilger. Zilgar.
That's a nice name.
I am Dr. Zilgar.
But I think
Lay down.
Tiffany
I will
and
give you
Zilger are more represented because the people actually chose their numbers.
Yeah.
No one chose number 6. So, good on you, Dan.
Good on you, Carl.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome, Carl. Thank you.
We're getting close to the end of the show. I think it's getting down
more
there.
sides. A rocket blew up.
What?
SpaceX has launched, I think, seven rockets, and I think this is number 7. The first 6 things went well, but this one it exploded just very shortly after liftoff.
So what happened?
Well, there was an explosion. They
Right.
don't know why, and all the debris fell down.
Is it like
Into the ocean.
Challenger explosion in '86?
Yeah, but nobody got killed.
Well, that's good.
They don't know why, so I can't say whether or not it was like the Challenger. But yeah, the Challenger blew up. The solid rocket boosters.
You don't know if
didn't
it
work
was
out.
like the solid, the rings or whatever had broken and.
I have not learned what the cause was yet.
Hmm.
Oh, I'll find out. You know, baby.
You
I'll
got
find out.
investigative powers there.
I do, especially with space.
They're dangerous.
Space things. Oh, they could. I don't know. They could be. I suppose. If I were a bad man.
But you're not.
I like to tell people that I know just enough science to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can make things. I know things about stuff.
And what do you need to know to be dangerous? Not that much. I mean, that's like I would say that's a very low level. Like, I mean, what do you need to bite somebody? That's kind of science.
Well, if you know enough science, you can make things, unusual things that are dangerous. Unlike the person who does not know science.
Is it more dangerous? What you're gonna make? Is it more dangerous than
I know how to make gunpowder.
Yeah, but what about a crazy person with a baseball bat? I mean, that person doesn't know too much science, and they're gonna hit you with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah.
And I think they know very little. I think I don't know what you're gonna do with gunpowder, but I think maybe this baseball bat crazy person is more dangerous.
Yeah, but gunpowder it takes a little bit of time. You can also there's a candy called menthol, and I guess you could put it with soda pop.
Mentos.
Mentos.
Yeah.
Right.
That's dangerous.
That is dangerous.
Is it dangerous?
Do not do that at home.
It's not really dangerous. I mean, what are you going to do, like squirt somebody with soda?
Well, if you stick your eye right there, or your nose, and breathe in, yeah, that you kind of drown or something. Or you'd get soda pop up into your eye socket and nasal passages. That would be terrible.
I think it would be. I think maybe it might be terrible and uncomfortable. I think that's about it.
Could you, with enough of those two ingredients, could you make a metal tank explode?
I think that's a call for like that show, the science show.
If you had like let's say you had a big tank, maybe the size of the coffee table or something.
Yeah.
And you had it stacked full of soda pop bottles. Depending on the metal, depending on how much soda mixes with the Mentos, it would rip along some seam somewhere eventually.
Wow.
With enough pressure. Like you've seen propane tanks, right?
Yeah. I thought those would be structurally thick enough that Mentos and
have you ever felt
soda
one?
pop.
Have you ever put your hand against one?
They're cold.
Yes, they are cold. So what they do is they put the natural gas in, and they pressurize the tank. And so as the pressure builds, the gas gives up heat and turns to a liquid state. That's why they're pressurized. And eventually it fills up with this liquid, and it's super cold. And when you touch it, it tries to get that heat back and turn back into a gas. And it's forced, humans force it into an unnatural pressure situation, and it turns into a liquid.
It's the end of the program.
It happened.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's
Carl and Dan.
That's where you want to avoid lightning right there.
Don't blow up your propane tank.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, Freddie and Dan Dobler.
120 volt bolts.
Is that everybody? We didn't talk to anybody on the phone. I don't think we made a phone call. We didn't connect to a phone call.
Oh man, we didn't call any McDonald's.
That's okay. Thanks, Dan and Carl.
who were here.
Thank you.
The other people were messages. My pleasure.
Yeah,
why are you so disappointed?
Undisappointed.
Oh.
What are you undisappointed about?
Calling McDonald's.
Wait.
You don't want to call McDonald's?
Well, it's done.
Hey, are we gonna battle or share the win?
Oh yeah.
Well, I thought we fist bumped.
What is that, a share?
No, that was a battle right there.
Did you want to battle?
We both won.
Okay, well then I can see to your ultra highly mightiness.
Did you? Who's winning now? Did you share it, right?
No.
Well, if I could see, Dan.
Why don't you share? We'll have a second. Share. Say share.
Yeah,
Say you share.
Sure, conceding.
Yeah.
Don't you want to share it? Because otherwise we'll have 2 seconds. The baby Jordy. Thurston County.
I already said I'm gonna concede.
But you can't concede. Viewers only. Hell yeah, dog. You can't concede. Are you battling or sharing?
Share.
Share. Okay, good. Oh man, that was
Sharing is caring.
I got caught up in that.
Those
Wow.
cute little.
Coming up in the next episode of the program. Your daily hour with me. Yeah, it's the commercial for the daily hour.
Hey, people.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Elias is on the phone. We talk about hot dog pizza.
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
She has a rat and she's trying to get rid of it for $50. She'll give you $50.
He's also
11:30 and 2 a.m.
trying to move. 11:30 p.m. and 2 a.m. TCTV channel 22.
Try it out.
360-836-4384, but don't call because we...